Alright, hey guys and girls, I'm going to go over the Section 3 notes today, the elasticity of demand. Just a couple things real quick. Going to cover Section 3 today. You hopefully read the section, completed a note guide Monday, and then reviewed this on Tuesday. Please, if you haven't, make sure you submit the current event journal in Dropbox or email it to me. That's the final grade of the third quarter. That one was exempt from the no grade policy because we've been doing it all quarter and should be complete at this point. And plus, I'd rather you guys get credit for everything you've done this quarter. Then later this week, you complete the study guide. Friday, I'll post a second video of myself going over the study guide, hopefully answering any questions you might have. Of course, you can email me or better yet, post in the class forum any questions you have on the content from Chapter 4 or Unit 4 on demand. I'm also thinking this week, maybe Wednesday, but definitely by Friday, we should hear from the state and the government about potentially returning to school. My guess is that we will not be returning next week, that they'll extend it at least another 2 weeks, but I actually could see them extending it through the months of April. So I could see a possible return in May, but at this point, I would not even be shocked if we finished the year online. I'm hoping that's not the case, but it's a possibility that I am at least prepping for. All right, so let's get right into the Section 3 notes. Elasticity of demand. So the three objectives we're going to look at: explain how to calculate elasticity of demand, we'll identify factors that affect elasticity, and we'll explain how firms use elasticity and revenue to make decisions. All right, so what is elasticity of demand? Economists describe the way that consumers respond to price changes as elasticity of demand. That's the measure of how consumers react to a change in price. So, elasticity of demand can be either inelastic or elastic. If it's inelastic, your demand for a good that you will keep buying despite a price increase. So definitely anything that's a necessity that you're going to keep buying regardless if the price is increased. Something like gasoline. If you're a driver, you're going to, unfortunately, gasoline will have inelastic demand because you're going to continue to buy it regardless of the increase in price. Elastic demand is a good or a service in which you buy much less of a good after a small price increase. So that could be something like a new movie that comes out. If they increase the price 20%, you might see something else or decide to save your money. All right, so two formulas you need to know in calculating elasticity. First, the elasticity formula is percentage change in quantity demanded divided by the percentage change in price. The second formula is how do you calculate those percentage changes. You always take the original number minus the new number divided by the original number times 100. So we'll look at an example here later. Next, I want to talk about price range. That's the elasticity of demand for a good or service at every price level. Demand for a good can be highly elastic at one price and inelastic at different prices. So let's look at an example here. Demand for Sports Illustrated magazines, which I actually don't think they make anymore, will be inelastic when the price rises 50% from 20 cents to 30 cents. However, when the price increases from 50% from $4 to $6, demand will be much more elastic. So one good could have inelastic and elastic demand at different price points, regardless of the percentage increase. We can see there 50% from 20 to 30 cents is not that significant, but 50% from $4 to $6 is, making demand much more elastic. All right, values of elasticity. So if the elasticity of a good, after you calculate it using the formula, is less than 1, the good is inelastic. If it's greater than 1, it is elastic. And if it is exactly 1, we call that unitary elastic. When elasticity of demand is unitary, the percentage change in quantity demanded is equal to the percentage change in the price. So let's look at the example. If demand is elastic, a small change in price leads to a relatively large change in quantity demanded. So first we have to calculate the percentage change in price. So in this example, the price decreases from $4 to $3. So we take the original number 4 minus the new 3 divided by the original 4 times 100. That gives us a decrease of 25%. Then next we have to calculate the percentage change in quantity demanded. So in this scenario, quantity demanded increases from 10 to 20, which is an increase of 100%. So we take again the original number 10 minus the new number 20 divided by the original number 10 times 100. That gives 100%. Now that we have the percentage changes, we put those into the formula for solving elasticity. So remember, the top is always percentage change in quantity demanded, so in this case 100%. The bottom is always percentage change in price, 25%. 100 divided by 25 is 4. 4 is greater than 1, so demand is elastic. So in this example, a small decrease in price caused a large increase in quantity demanded. All right, some factors affecting elasticity. Several different factors can affect a person's elasticity demand for a specific good. One of those is the availability of substitutes. If there are a few substitutes for a good, then even when a price rises greatly, you still might buy it because there's no good alternatives. Demand becomes inelastic. Gasoline, again, would be an example for that. It's the only thing you can fill your car with. So even if a price increases, it's going to be inelastic. Whereas a wide choice of substitute goods can make demand elastic. If the price increases greatly on Pepsi, you could buy RC Cola, Coca-Cola, etc. Second factor, relative importance. How much of your budget you spend on a good or service. So if you're someone who's addicted to drinking Coca-Cola, a 50% price increase might not impact your demand all that much if it's that important to you. Another example would be people who are addicted to cigarettes. They obviously would continue to buy them even with the price increase. Third factor, necessities versus luxuries. I kind of mentioned this earlier. Necessities are usually inelastic. Luxuries are usually elastic. And again, mainly because necessities are something we need to survive. Bread, milk, staples, water, etc. Change over time is the fourth factor. When a price changes, consumers often need time to change their shopping habits. Consumers do not always react quickly to a price increase because it takes time to find a substitute. Because they cannot respond quickly to a price change, their demand is inelastic in the short term. As they find available substitutes, their demand becomes more elastic over time. So if there's maybe a specific type of cooking oil you might use and the price increases, well, you might not know any good alternatives in the short term until you're able to do some research, go to different stores, maybe find different alternatives. So your demand in the short term for that cooking oil would be inelastic, but over time, as you found more available alternatives, it could become elastic. All right, the last part of the notes I want to talk about today is elasticity and revenue. The elasticity of demand determines how a change in price will affect a firm's total revenue or income. To compute a firm's total revenue is the total amount of money a firm receives from selling goods or services. This is determined by two factors, the price and quantity. So total revenue and elastic demand. When a good has elastic demand, raising the price of each good sold by a percentage will decrease the quantity sold by a larger percentage. The quantity sold will drop enough to actually reduce a firm's total revenue. And that can also work in reverse. If the firm were to reduce the price by a certain percentage, the quantity demanded could rise by even greater percentage, thus increasing total revenue. But when we have inelastic demands, if a firm raises its price by a certain percentage, the quantity demanded will fall, but by less than that percentage. A firm will still have a greater total revenue. On the other hand, a decrease in price will lead to an increase in quantity demanded. Demand will not rise as much in percentage terms. As the price fell, the firm's total revenue will also decrease. In short, this is what I would copy because it's a quick summary of what I just went over. In short, elastic demand, as the price is lowered, total revenues rise. As the price is raised, total revenue falls. With inelastic demand and total revenue, as the price is lowered, total revenue falls. As the price is raised, total revenue rises. So in elastic demand, the price and revenue are opposite. In inelastic demand, price and revenue go in the same direction. All right, so I'm going to wrap up there. You'll work on the review questions on Wednesday. Again, you can email me or leave a message in the forums if you have any questions. I know this is all quite new. This is the first time we're doing a lot of math in Econ, so you might have some questions. All right, have a great day.